They say that a bird's eye view is the best way to appreciate the Earth's beauty. Well, pilots get to experience this feeling every day of the week, but for the rest of us, we can get a little closer to that feeling by watching videos like this. Here's an F-18 Hornet making sure everyone in the immediate vicinity well and truly eats his dust. Did you realize that helicopters can land on water? No? Well, we've both learned something today then. This looks like something right out of a science fiction movie, but believe it or not, it's 100% real. Well, we've all seen people trying to start a car like this, but a plane? It's the Red Bull Air Force just doing what the Red Bull Air Force do, being awesome. I hope this is an optical illusion. Otherwise, we're going down. Taking off during a snowstorm can be pretty worrying, but when you slide off the runway, it's time to just admit defeat. Ah, what a reassuring and relaxing sight to witness from your window seat. It's like they're suddenly coming into existence out of thin air. One of the Blue Angels, just taking in the sights and sounds of Miami Beach on its own. If this plane were a dragon, it could almost be a scene from Game of Thrones. If your waiter can afford their own helicopter, then you probably shouldn't leave a tip. A rare vertical maneuver for this F-22 Raptor. And, of course, its amazing pilot. Why not purposely stall your aircraft in mid-flight? It's great fun for you and the whole family. When you're landing in strong winds, it's almost like the world has been switched into slow motion. Yes, okay, it's a very cool sight, but also one that's not going to leave your mind for the entire flight, and every flight you take after that. Whoops, okay, let's just try that again, shall we? Don't worry, folks, they're just flares, and what a sight they are when they're dropped by this F-16. Well, let's just hope this wasn't a commercial parachute jump. Otherwise, somebody's definitely getting fired. It looks like budget airlines have just found a way to make their flights even cheaper. This landing technique is called toe-in and is used when the landing zone is too steep. Landings don't get more impressive than this. How wet does it have to get before a flight is canceled? Hopefully not this wet. Oh, right. So the passengers aren't allowed to smoke, but the plane is? Looks like somebody's gonna be pretty disappointed at baggage claim. If you're gonna be a good cameraman, knowing where to stand is 99% of the job. The return to Earth of SpaceX Falcon Heavy rocket from a pretty amazing and uncrowded vantage point. Not since the 1970s have we seen flares as impressive as these. You know it's bad turbulence when one of the passengers gets thrown into an overhead locker. This is at Goodyear Airport, but for the pilot, it wasn't even a good day, never mind a good year. Whoa, are these all planes? Or do we need one huge can of insecticide? We've all had times when we've made plans but then changed our mind at the very last minute. A full complement of Blue Angels performing their signature fleur-de-lis. An amazing vertical takeoff from the equally amazing F-22 Raptor. And yeah, I suppose the pilot must be pretty good too. Now, I'm no aviation expert, but this cannot be a good sign. When a minimum radius turn creates maximum effect. No fear of heights, and absolutely no regard for his own well-being. Somebody better hit the brakes, and as slow as this approach seems to be, they'd better do it fast. Don't worry, it's only the engine ripping itself to pieces. Everything should be fine. An F-35 is about to make a supersonic pass, and it's going to happen right about now. Firstly, everyone on this flight returned safely back to solid ground. But now that we've got that out of the way, this looks terrifyingly serious. Just a wing covered in tape, nothing to concern ourselves about here. It takes incredible precision to prevent the spread of forest fires from the sky. It's never a good sign when a US Army helicopter lands in the middle of a busy road. This is what happens when you buy a car off Amazon Prime. If this was your office, then your 9-to-5 job wouldn't be too bad at all. And you thought a rainbow could only be created by, well, rain. Until I spotted the guy standing nearby, I genuinely thought that this was a full-sized aircraft. Still impressive, though. Some planes really need to be fitted with those beeping reverse sensors.
Oh, it did. I knew that was gonna happen.
Everyone on board this plane immediately lost about 10 pounds in sweat. Just a daddy Boeing taking his kid for a nice day out. What do you do when you need to pick up an electricity pylon? Find out if any of your friends own a helicopter like this and give them a call. That's right, there's nothing a good bit of tape can't fix. Although in this case, it probably shouldn't. An emergency landing, and only a few minutes after takeoff. The heavy formation low pass must have been quite the sight from below. Crazy flares, and flying ability that's certainly no more sane. There's something strangely calming about watching a helicopter take off. This makes those people who can blow smoke rings look pretty pathetic, doesn't it? An F-35 streaking across the sky by the means of a power slide. Amazing! When you witness an aviation moment like this, there are simply no words. Well, okay, we made it back down again, but that engine does not look great. Flying over the brightest lights of LA is even more of an impressive sight when it's the 4th of July. Unsurprisingly, these homeowners didn't ever consider taking out blimp insurance.
Nossa, minha Nossa Senhora. Caiu em cima das casas.
Ladies and gentlemen, now might be a very good time to get the heck off the plane. One eye on the screen and one eye on reality, which could be a description of most people these days. After watching this Akimbo video, I'll be surprised if any of our viewers book a window seat ever again. Stunt plane pilots. Genius and talented, yet insane. I mean, surely one of these individuals shouldn't have been near this runway. My money's going on the guy with the little scooter. That's a lot of people jumping out a lot of planes, thankfully with a lot of skydiving knowledge under their belts. Once again, when wildfires are decimating the landscape, swimming pools are a godsend. And piloting skills like this, of course. Wow, he must have been responsible for some terrible parking. Who'd have ever thought that vapor trails could be beautiful? The pilots ejected, the plane plummeted to the earth, but then it turned out to be just a part of the air show. Always make sure your canopy is tightly shut, folks. This is a fire suppression system, which seems to be working well. The problem, however, is that there is no fire. Expensive test. Have you seen those videos where people unscrew a bottle top with a karate kick? Well, this is the next level. How about traveling American Airlines for your next vacation? Nobody has ever been more relieved to be on a fully functioning plane than the person who caught this heart-stopping maneuver. This is called the falling leaf maneuver, and this F-22 Raptor pulls it off with style. And here's another F-22 deploying flares. Kind of mesmerizing, isn't it? If you need to make an emergency landing, then the desert probably wouldn't be your first choice. But a pilot's gotta do what a pilot's gotta do. It's a replica of a Spitfire, but this is no replica crash. Imagine just lying back on the beach, trying to catch some rays, having a quick nap, when this suddenly happens. The combination of light and humidity can cause some pretty dramatic effects in the world of aviation. Impressive! But how do you rehearse something like this? A plane crash in the snow from a point of view that nobody would ever want to experience. Some people believe that humans aren't meant to fly. And do you know what? Sometimes they're right. no matter how cheap it might be, don't book a ticket with this budget airline. This is what happens when you try to land while staring into the heart of the sun.
Whoa! Go around. No.
You should probably be either a boat captain or a pilot. Not both. Choose a lane. When you consider how difficult it is to get some sleep in economy class, this thing is vastly preferable. And now it's that point in the video when the clouds part and speeding towards us we see not a plane, but the word subscribe. Better click it now before it flies away.